Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Yusril. Welcome once again to the Outer Worlds, and welcome once again to Byzantium, where everything is nice, clean, and gleaming on the surface. But don't fool yourself. It's just as much a rundown corporate hellhole as, say, Edgewater. It's just they're doing a slightly better job of papering over the cracks. We discovered last time that the colony has a dire food problem, and unless the scientists can fix it fairly quickly, then, well, the colony is hosed within a generation or two. However, one of the best scientific minds, who is in number 800's basement, of all places, has agreed to hook up with Phineas and help try at least to stop the colony from starving by re-engineering the colonists so that they can eat the local food, which is an interesting solution to the problem of, well, we can't actually grow healthy food for unmodified humans anytime soon. Hey, it's a solution. I'm not saying it's a good solution, but it's a better solution than we all starve to death. We have two options to deal with today. First and foremost, we have to hook up with Ellie's parents, which is going to be interesting. Bear in mind that Ellie is corporate. She sees the world as a series of transactions, debts honoured and owed, paid and reneged. What do you think her parents are going to be like when she brings some non-corporate, shock horror, freebooter, shock horror, lack of a stable job, shock horror, and idealist who thinks the world might not work that way? Somebody pass the smelling salts. That's assuming, of course, they haven't just written her off as dead and claimed on her life insurance. We also need to take care of the main quest, which means getting into contact with Minister Clark somehow, preferably without, shooting everybody in the face. And then we're heading back to the Groundbreaker to tell Lilia that it wasn't aliens, and that's going to go so well, and to finally get Parvati that date with Chief Engineer, Captain Junlei. Respect must be had. Oh, and along the way at some point we need to model outfits for Celeste and go and hunt some primals to bait out a Mantiqueen. Yeah, you know what? We're going to start by talking to the parents. That's probably the single easiest thing on the to-do list, especially since it's just over the road.
My parents' place. Smell that? Industrial-grade cleaning solvent and desperation.
Sounds interesting. Right, to the Fenhill estate. Oh, this is very swish. Why? Actually, no. I changed my mind. There's absolutely no problem as to why you would run off, rebel, and become a frontier medic. Parents? Parents. Here we are. Hello? Hello?
Marilyn, is that you?
Lars, we certainly didn't expect to see you like this.
What, wearing frontier armor?
You to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we? Speaking of surprises, you should meet my new friend. We've been running around the system for a while now, stirring up all sorts of trouble.
They probably know about that. It's, yeah, she wants shocking, let's do shocking. Fancy place.
There you go again, Captain. Always menacing polite society. Anyway, you're probably wondering where I've been all this time.
Not exactly.
Go on.
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes we've gotten ourselves into.
Last few days, Ellie. Last few days. Indeed, we've saved towns and restored property across Halcyon. Admittedly, the theft, vandalism, bloody murder, and occasional profanity, yeah, we've done it at least twice. We have indeed saved towns and restored property across Halcyon.
Are you trying to make me look bad?
Yes.
Marilyn, this really isn't the best time. Perhaps you should go.
Okay. Oh, this is getting awkward. Okay, what's the stinger?
We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, Wear our outside shoes all over your nice floors?
Wow, the rebellion. These floors aren't just nice, they're top quality marble.
He's right. Since when can you afford authentic Terran marble?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you
Yeah.
must understand. We
They
haven't
cashed
heard from
in
you
the
for
life
ages.
insurance policy.
We thought you were dead.
Okay.
I'm not dead. I just never wanted to talk to you again.
Until today.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost on us, darling.
Why do I get the feeling you people are about to apologize for something?
We only did what any grieving parents in our position would do.
Cashed in the life
We collected
insurance.
on your life insurance policy.
And the payouts have been rather substantial.
Okay. Talk about making lemons slap out of lemons. There's no good thing to say in this situation. What can I say? Ellie's a corporate shark at heart. How'd you get away? You were raised by corporate sharks.
Well, now that I'm here, I guess you'll just have to report back that I'm very much alive and kicking.
Which would mean
It's not
paying
that
back the
simple.
life insurance.
For one thing, we'd have to cut back on so many necessities. The neighbors would be sure to notice.
Aha. Okay, so tell them Ellie's back, you'll be the talk of the town. I think we'll just let her keep raging, keep listening quietly to this.
Why did you do that?
They thought you were
We
dead,
had to explain your disappearance somehow.
and it was easier to
Couldn't
say you were
everyone tell
dead.
people you'd run off to become a miscreant, could we?
I'll have you know Ellie's a professional miscreant. She has a degree and everything.
Shh. Someone could hear you.
We concocted a story about Celeste Jollycurl designing a pair of 12-inch heels for you.
Okay,
One of a kind, naturally.
of course.
That led to your tragic death when you tripped and broke your neck.
So where did you get the
It was
corpse?
quite the story. People were talking about it for weeks.
Oh wait, people on Byzantium are idiots. Again, there's nothing good to say of any of the doctors. Let's just keep listening quietly.
Couldn't you have at least made up a better story? Something with pirates or raptidons?
There are no pirates
What are
and
you gonna do now
raptidons.
that we're here?
This is Byzantium.
Yes, about that. We were just about to ask you to leave.
Quietly,
Quietly, if you don't mind.
without making a fuss. If you really knew your daughter, you'd know quiet is not in her vocabulary.
She hasn't changed a bit, I see.
Nope.
That's it? You just want us to disappear now?
Yep.
Marilyn, please.
Don't cause a scene.
I don't know about you, Ellie. I'm ready to cause a scene.
Let's just get out of here, Captain. Fine. I'm gone. Forever this time.
Well, that went about as expected. Admittedly, the life insurance thing was predictable.
Let's talk outside.
Yeah, let's. That was not something you were expecting to get, was it, Ellie? But sadly, all too predictable. Oh yeah, we can talk. We can even cry and burgle the place later if you feel so way inclined.
Can you believe those two?
Yep,
We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage.
we are yesterday's garbage. How did you think that would go?
I thought they'd be scandalized.
Well,
They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid aetherwave dramas, and then we'd walk in. Mother would drop her mock apple cider, and the glass would shatter all over their overpriced marble. Father would tear off his glasses and blink open-mouthed.
Ellie, corporate. They're corporate. Of course they just wrote you off as dead and cashed in the life insurance policy. This is a very specific fantasy, by the way.
Shh, I'm getting to the good part.
Oh, right.
I'd have a great one-liner in the tube. I was thinking either the leather's fake but the scars are real, or oops, did I just track awesome onto your rug?
And how about it's payback time and I'm collecting with interest?
Yeah, I'm gonna use that one day.
You're welcome.
Now, getting back to my story. Father would throw his hands up because this would be just like me to come back and make a big scene. Then Mother would do the old, "You had us worried sick." Her eyes would be red and she'd have her fist in front of her mouth to stifle a sob.
But it was all fake, and yeah, you were just another asset to be cashed in, weren't you? You're really hurt, aren't you?
I'm not hurt. I'm outraged. Affronted, even.
She's hurt.
I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. It's embarrassing, you know? And I've got a reputation to maintain.
Yes, it is annoying when it turns out you're less valuable than imported Terran marble floors, isn't it? That sounds familiar.
I hope you don't think I'm talking about this because I want to be introspective.
No, I think you are being introspective and you don't want to. This episode reflects on them, not you.
But I want to talk about me now.
Fair enough. Well, you can learn something from this, it's up to you. Okay, so we can either leave her to draw the moral from it, or you've got to surround yourself with people who will really look out for you, i.e. a crew. Or I can say, hey, there is no moral, they're a pair of corporate... I don't want to say goons, but the words I do want to use are all completely unprintable. Let's go with option 3.
Unless you mean the kind who'll look out for you to blink so they could swipe your bits. The galaxy's not exactly crawling with those.
Well, no, but welcome
Anyway,
to the
I don't
crew.
want to sift through this lousy experience for meaningful life lessons.
Uh-huh.
I'm mad, and I want to do something about it. Something like...
Track
Wait a
revenge.
What if I could get that money?
Go on, Ellie. Keep talking.
I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole beneficiary. All the payouts would go to me. I'll make money without doing a thing. And I'll get to cut them off.
Also, it's insurance fraud. Quite the role reversal.
As long as I don't develop a taste for Woolgonzola and bad legal dramas, that's fine by me. My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. They have an office in Byzantium.
Okay.
Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help me set up a dummy beneficiary account. If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and do it ourselves.
So, computer hacking or insurance fraud? Or computer hacking and insurance fraud? Sounds like a typical day on the job, doesn't it? Right, let's go. So, do we commit fraud or do we just let Ellie realise that actually it's no more her money than theirs? Mind you, their insurance fraud was accidental? Question mark? Actually, no, it wasn't, because they didn't have proof of death, so I still don't know how they persuaded the insurance company to accept that she wasn't dead. The moral, honest thing to do would be to just make it clear that Ellie isn't dead.
You sure have seen a lot of the colony, huh, Dr. Fenton?
That would be the best thing to do.
Ellie. And sure, but most of it looks the same from inside a ship.
This is true.
Sorry, Dr. Ellie. Still, don't you find it thrilling? Being in space?
Pavati, don't ever change.
Your best find this week. Go.
Okay, so the insurance office.
Remember that stranger I saw in the square?
Go on.
You know, the one traveling with the rather filthy plumber? I thought we had automechs for that sort of thing.
Keep talking.
You're standing right here.
Hi there.
Hey,
Yeah, hey. Don't worry, I'm not going to gun you down. I am not, in fact, a plumber. Do I look like I'm getting high on mushrooms and jumping from inexplicable floating blocks. I am not a plumber. Right, insurance office, let's go. Yeah. Forsyth? Wow.
I can't believe it.
Oh yeah, sorry
And
about
then
that.
The chairman shot their space shuttle down with a Hammersmith grenade launcher. Incredible.
Are you two talking about the new Dissident Hunter adaptation? Don't spoil it. I'm behind.
You need to watch.
Oh,
You need to
wait,
know
they're writing off Dissident Hunter as... okay, that's only mildly worrying. Right, insurance office. Here we are, the Halcyon Insurance... Sorry, Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. Which is closed. Appointments available at our satellite office. Ha. Okay, looks like we're going to have to do a little bit of breaking and entering then. Right, round we go.
Down there, the new ship.
That's the lift.
Corporate freighters.
It's not, thank you for
What
noticing.
were they doing here? And how did they ever get permission to land?
We asked nicely.
Perhaps we'll finally get some excitement after all.
Ladies. Right, how do we get into the insurance office? Ah, here we go. One, Fulbrook Planet Monarch. Why is there insurance office on Fulbrook? Okay, that's weird. Okay, I appreciate that rents in Byzantium are likely sky high, but Fulbrook? Okay. Well, we're not going back there for a little while, so let's switch jobs. I suppose we'd better go find Minister Clark's guards. We can either break into his estate unassisted, or we can go talk to the guard. I suggest we talk to the guard first, just to try to keep this on the down low. The quiet, the discreet, the I haven't shot all your guards, please talk to me nicely option. I mean, the board is already not exactly fond of us. Hey! You'd be, yeah, gold bling, and, sorry, white bling, yellow light. That's a UDL uniform. Hi there.
Hey, stand back. You
Aha.
part of Minister Clark's personal detail, and that means you gotta keep 5 feet back at all times.
Well, at least he's got that rule right. Didn't know I was talking to such a big shot.
Yep, you're looking at the minister's newest personal guard.
Really, congratulations.
The others took me out to celebrate on account of me just getting hired and all.
Aha. Where are the others anyway? What's so important about guarding Minister Clark?
He's basically the most important person in the colony, which makes me the most important guard in the colony.
Aha.
That means I got a key to the minister's estate, my own personal UDL issued shotgun.
Ooh.
They don't give those out to just anyone.
Can I have them? Congratulations.
Yep, I've nearly made it to the top, my friend. I'm just 2 promotions away from on-the-job bathroom breaks.
Ah, the luxuries, the luxuries. How about I buy you a drink to celebrate your promotion?
That's a great idea. I'll have a Spectrum vodka.
That'll do
I think we
just
can spot him
nicely.
from clear over here. I reckon he's had a fair number already.
Yeah, that's the point, Parvati.
Because today's my big day.
Also, keep your voice down.
Powerful good ears, too.
Yes, he does.
And a powerful thirst.
God damn it, Parvati.
You have a Spectrum vodka for a new pal?
Oh yeah, we do. Here's to your promotion.
Here's to me. Hey, you were really great. Have I told you that?
Great, we've got to the bezzering stage. Swing.
Wow, listen to me. I'm soaked.
Yep.
I should probably slow down before I'm face down on the tile somewhere. Who am I kidding? I could have another. You got another?
Here you go. Parvati, now, you remember that drinking session on the Groundbreaker where I told you to take it easy, stick to the weak stuff, and chase it with plenty of water is the reason why we did that. Have another!
It's not every day you get your dream job, right?
Absolutely not.
Wow! You got, like, this crazy energy. Has anyone ever told you that? You're like a manosaur. You got a manosaur energy.
Oh, that'll be the
Almost.
blood. Don't worry, I thought I'd
Okay,
washed it
so
all out. I am
I'm
sorry about
seeing
that.
At least 2 of you.
Oh, good. Anything you can tell me about Minister Clark?
Oh, he's medium height with like medium colored hair and like a kind of a medium face. Just like in his posters.
You've never actually met the man, have you? You haven't met him, have you?
Everyone tells me he's very private, okay? Besides, I just started.
Aha. Okay, I'll leave you to it. Bartender. Thank you, Mr. Billingsley.
Have you tried our new cocktail sponsored by Rizzo's? 1 part Purple Spectrum vodka, 1 part artificial tomato-like substitute juice. We call it a Blue Bloody Mary.
Ah, that's interesting. Although it would be more of a slightly mauvish. I mean, if you're mixing purple and red. Okay, I could use a drink.
Then you'll want to speak with our automechanical inebriation assistant, located just over there.
Thank you. I'll do that. Hello, automechanical inebriation assistant. Wait, that is you, isn't it? No, where's the vending machine? Ah, there you are, bartender mechanical. That's not
Please
quite what they
allow
called
me
it.
to improve your drinking experience with fine cocktails and pre-approved banter.
Thank you. I'll have a drink. Now then, Spectrum vodka. How much of this stuff are we gonna need? Let's just buy the lot, shall we? Here, have another vodka.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Have another.
I really shouldn't. I'll have the worst hangover tomorrow if I don't stop.
Nonsense. You've got another in you. Doctor's orders.
Guess I can't argue with that. Yeah. Was that one supposed to taste like Purple Berry Crunch? Or am I just tasting breakfast?
You're tasting
I don't
breakfast.
feel so good. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Off you go. And that, Parvati, is why we took your drinking slow and steady on the Groundbreaker. Okay, and that's... Yep, that's him out of it. Come on, girls, we just need to make sure the patrons don't see anything too disturbing. There we go. Now then, ooh, tactical shot. It's not custom at all, is it? Level 8. Also, the minister's key, and there we go. Right, we have the key to the minister's estate. Don't mind us. We totally didn't ply a guard with alcohol until he was passed out drunk and then stole his stuff. We totally did, but we're going to pretend we totally didn't, at least if anyone asks us for the purposes of legal liability. Okay, round we go.
Captain, we meet all sorts of new people.
Yeah, we end up shooting quite a lot
Best
of them.
part is when they pay us.
Yeah, that is
We
the best
never really
part.
had new folks in Edgewater, except the captain.
And then the town
Kind
blew
of hard
up.
to make new friends when everyone's already decided they don't like you.
Yep,
Could be
this
a
is
favor in
true.
disguise. A lot of people out here ain't that nice.
Okay, 312. So we have one entrance there. I am not taking the front door. Ideally, we need a board ID. Is there anywhere we could get a board ID? Huh. You'd think we'd have been able to lift his ID chip off him, but we looted him dry. Oop. Yoink, yoink. And bits. That does not help our immediate situation. Okay, that's restricted access, but okay, let's go in the front
This
door.
property is off limits. Solicitors, loiterers, and uninvited visitors will be fined to the fullest extent of company policy.
Okay, maybe the front door's off.
Universal Defense Logistics.
And very intimidating it was too. I'm here for Minister Clark.
That's funny. The minister isn't expecting visitors, and you don't much look like one of those couriers from HPS.
Oh ho. Was the minister expecting a delivery?
Minister Clark's a private man, and you're asking too many questions.
You're offering too many tempting opportunities. Okay, so we have a possibility here. Retrieve the minister's parcel, bluff our way in through the front door, or find a board ID from somewhere and sneak our way in through the back. Where else have we been that was board territory but off limits? Ah. Okay, let's go for the parcel first. Alley. And hi, excuse
I'm on my
me.
legally allotted break. Really, I'm supposed to be here.
Oh, good, because I'm not. Okay, the Halcyon Parcel Service. All we have to do is a little bit of breaking and entering.
Nice going.
Yeah, we're not meant to be here, just remember that. Come on, girls. They can sort their own doors out. Okay. Ooh, all the shiny stuff. Yoink. Yoink. And while we're on this topic, kiddies, I should remind you that tampering with the mail is generally a criminal offence in most jurisdictions. Also, there is actually a little bit of a point here, so dip those. Right, and we're out. Okay, we are gone back to Byzantium, straight in through the front door, which will at least get us in once. And if we can't pick up a board ID after that, well, we're just going to have to be very, very discreet. No, that's the point. And then the device will still be broken.
This isn't another thing about wrenches and guns, is it?
Nope.
Because you're a surgeon and I'm a mechanic. We both fix things, heal them up.
Hers are a bit squishier.
But before I got to Groundbreaker, I fixed more noses than bones.
Aha.
I probably shoot more than I save. Oh.
Okay. There we go.
There's nothing to see here. Move along.
I have a parcel for Minister Clark.
This feels familiar.
Ma'am, please don't cause a scene.
I want you to know I'm holding back for your sake.
Thank you,
Do
Ellie.
you have any actual business here, or...?
Delivery for the minister.
Let's see it.
Here you go.
Looks like your papers are in order. All right.
Thank you.
Go on through.
Thank you for your time. I mean, he could have just taken the parcel off us and refused us admission, but hey, at least we get in. Right, Minister Clark's residence. Okay, straight up and straight through. Gentlemen, I'm here for Minister Clark.
How did you get in here?
We walked through the front door. Let's have some privacy. Minister, we need to talk.
You're not one of my guards. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm mostly here to deliver that parcel,
Captain,
but also we need to
it's
talk
the
about some
minister.
DMSO.
Mr. Clark! Oh, wow!
Bring Parvati might have been a
So,
mistake.
This is one of the guys who runs the colony, huh? Small room for a big shot.
Yep.
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more.
Oh ho. Why would I want something like that? And yeah, it does seem like we're getting off on the wrong foot.
Have I not made myself clear?
Oh yes, but you've misunderstood.
Slowly and loudly, Aloysius, it's the only way these morons understand anything. I said, you may tell Charles to go fuck himself.
We're not here from Charles.
Then you're not part of Rockwell's PR team.
Do we look like PR agents?
You're a dissident? A real live dissident?
It was accidental,
What are you
but
doing
yes.
here? And how did you get in?
We walked in through the front door. Also, I'm here for the dimethyl sulfoxide.
Drugs, of course. What else? Why did I get my hopes up? Back to idiot speak. I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
Okay.
I know what we're asking about.
Will that be all, then?
Okay, then not drugs, they're chemicals, and if you haven't been ordering them, who has?
Process of elimination. The only other person with access? Of course. It's Rockwell again. Who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way.
Wait, holding you here? You mean Chairman Rockwell's locked you up here?
You are a quick study, indeed.
He's a PR front.
I've long suspected Rockwell of transacting business in my name, but this proves it.
You've been all alone in this house? Would you like me to make you tea?
Please, this is important.
That was nice
Whatever
of
it is
Pavati,
that
though.
brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it.
Okay, keep talking. Right, why would he go through all this trouble?
How should I know? I've been under house arrest for years.
Oh-ho.
But there is a way to find out, and perhaps to set things right.
Go on.
Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters.
Makes
Your best
sense.
lead is
Halcyon
to look for
Holding
details in his
Corporation.
office.
This all feels off, Captain. Like when there's a storm coming, but everything's quiet and still.
Believe me, things have been off around here for a very, very long time.
Yep.
A reckoning is most certainly due.
We really gonna do this? Getting involved is a messy business, and it rarely pays.
Ellie, it's
This
what
is
we do,
about
and
more
also...
than bits. This is about the survival of the colony. If you don't help, who will?
What he said.
Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter.
Yes. Okay, if you're saying we're headed for trouble, I'm ready for it.
It usually doesn't turn out so well for the dissidents in the stories.
Of course not,
I
because
like
that's
your
propaganda.
Now we've got to get into the HHC. That's in the Acropolis district, along with the other major corporate and government facilities.
Right.
But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street.
So I need a board
A
ID.
route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons.
The obvious and very bitey reasons. Okay, the tunnels sound good. I prefer a quiet approach, at least for the moment.
Well, you won't have much human company down there. Plenty of sprats and automechanicals, though.
And the bigger stuff.
When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are.
Okay. Right, how did you manage to hang on to your access card?
The board's lackeys are none too bright. I simply claimed I'd lost it and hid it somewhere no one would think to look.
Ah, that explains the smell. Yes. Ew.
I merely hid it in a book. No one reads anything longer than a few pages around here.
Oh,
There are
good,
a few
good.
advantages to dealing with imbeciles.
Okay, well, thanks for your help.
Wait. Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone.
Oh
This
ho,
is
he's
our
controlling comms out.
Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here.
What's on the cartridge?
What isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
You're awful trusting for a guy who's been locked in his own house for years.
He doesn't have a choice.
The Earth Directorate is our best hope. Even Rockwell's resources are no match. And it is hardly in their interest to let Halcyon crash.
Until it is. Okay. Good plan. Go to higher authority. Rockwell is controlling comms out. That's why we've had 3 years of backed up messages on that satellite. The Earth Directorate's getting nothing but silence, and the chairman is controlling what goes back to them, claiming everything's fine.
Perhaps there is hope after all. And now I entrust it to you. Good luck, and trust no one in the Acropolis district.
Which definitely sounds like the endgame content, doesn't it? So, everywhere else, really. Can we have a poke around while we're done here? Open that. Alright, well, he's got some nice digs. Not sure why he's got riot armor, but I like the little geometric blocks. It's all very fancy. Steel book, no thank you. Solo game, and oh dear, temper, Minister, temper. Right, and we are pretty much done here. Okay, time to walk back out now that we're on good terms with Minister Clark. And we head into what I presume to be the final stages of this game. So, let's recap and check where we need to be. Obviously, there is the Acropolis, which I suspect is going to be the final mission, the end. Expose Chairman Rockwell, retrieve the DMSO, get help from Earth, defrost the colonists, have the scientists solve the food problem, and yay, everyone's happy. Except Chairman Rockwell, because we're probably going to end up having to shoot him many, many times in the face, and everywhere else as well. We also need to head back to the Groundbreaker to both let Lilia know what's going on with Dr. Chartrand and why she isn't dead, as well as the insurance policy on Monarch, the primals on Monarch or Scylla, and the insurance fraud. I think we'll start with the Groundbreaker just to tidy up the quest lines there. And once that's done, ladies and gentlemen, we will head back here and on to the Acropolis. But all of that in subsequent episodes of The Outer Worlds.